Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this interview is scheduled for one guest. In this corner, weighing in at way too many pounds, the masked streamer himself, Dillshot. In this corner, oh wait, that's not this kind of show. All right, my bad, wrong show. My apologies. Welcome to Streamers Unmasked, everybody. This is the podcast where we get to look into the real lives, loves, and maybe even libations of the streamers that we fill our lives with. Why did I want to do Streamers Unmasked? Because streaming, content creation in general, is hard. Like, it's way more difficult than I know some people think it is, and I want to shed light on that. Whether you started creating content to hang with your friends, to show off your gaming skills, to become rich and famous, or just to have a damn good time. No matter what the reason you started to stream, no matter your motivations, it's not an easy job, and there are literally millions of other people that you are competing with every time you go live to try to get those views, those clicks, and it can be difficult. It can be disheartening. You're putting yourself out there in hopes to connect with others, to have a chance in having people come in, or literally having nobody come in there every single time you go stream. You don't know if people are going to show up. I could stream at 3 a.m. and get 0 views. I could stream at 3 a.m. and get, more than 0 views. There's no guaranteed success, and there's millions of other streamers, and about 10,000 variables and different things you need to learn just to stream. And streamers are everyday people with real lives, real feelings, real hopes, and real expectations, and I just wanted to shed some light on that with this podcast. So the name of the podcast, Streamers Unmasked, it comes from a poem by Paul Laurence Dunbar. And the poem reads, "We wear the mask that grins and lies. It hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This debt we pay to human guile, with torn and bleeding hearts we smile. And mouth with myriad subtleties, why should the world be overwise in counting all our tears and sighs? Nay, let them only see us while we wear the mask. We smile, but O great Christ, our cries to thee from tortured souls arise, beneath our feet and along the mile. But let the world dream otherwise. We wear the mask." So to me, this poem has always meant that every day in our regular lives, we go out, we wear the mask, we go, it's just the classic hallway thing where you go, "Hey, what's up, my dude?" And then somebody's just like, "Oh, I'm doing good," even though maybe there's a problem going on in life. They don't want to tell you because we're wearing the mask. We always, I know I would definitely say I always go out and I try to put a brave face on, try to, I don't know, not let people see when I'm down and stuff. And in a lot of ways, this is even more true about streaming, where you have a task to entertain other people, and then you're trying to maintain their attention and appreciation, but you come in here wearing your mask. So that's why we're doing this podcast. I wanted to get to know some of the streamers that we were spending our time with. And without further ado, the format. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the IRL questions, guys. We're going to do gaming questions, streaming questions. Towards the end, we're going to get our audience member questions asked, okay? So there's one channel point redemption for the podcast. It is about the audience questions. Use it. I even lowered it. Go ahead. We'll answer all your questions at the end. And this week we have a streamer who is a variety streamer on Twitch. He's known prominently as more of a Kingdom Hearts figure. I actually met him one day when we were doing an affiliation initiation raid, and that's how we came to know and love this guy. It is none other than AJENTxSPACELY. Welcome to Streamers Unmasked, AJENTxSPACELY. Woo!
Whoa, yeah.
And you're still muted, so... Oh, no, you're not! I did it right! You weren't muted! Congratulations!
See?
Ah, professional!
Hello!
Professional.
Glad to be here! Glad to be here! Woo! How's it going? How's it going? Looking lovely. Love the beard.
Love the beard. This beard or my actual beard? I had to do that for YouTube. So, if you are on YouTube, subscribe to the video. If you want to see more of this stuff. If you want to see more of my face. If you want to see more of his face, I'm sure he has a YouTube. That's your prerogative. AJENTxSPACELY on YouTube. You get it. You get it. But
Thank you so much.
How are you doing today, Spacely?
I'm doing fantabulous. Even better now that I'm here on this lovely podcast of yours. Thank you so much for inviting me and having me.
So are you excited to be here? You're killing me
I'm
already.
very
I'm
excited to be here.
fantabulous.
What did I say? I didn't. Sometimes
Yeah,
I
you
just
did.
say
You
words.
fucking did.
I just say words and they come out. Sometimes they're cool. Sometimes they're yikes.
You excited to be here, friend?
Very much so. I hope I see more many great people come on. We already saw Joey and Captain Jesse and the Luckiest Cat. They're all amazing people. I'm glad I got my opportunity to be on here as well.
I am glad that so many people want to be on here, and I actually have a full another month scheduled out coming soon.
Ooh,
Yeah, exciting. I
spicy.
can't believe it almost. So, did you bring your shovel with you?
I did. I'm ready to dig my own grave.
To give your own grave? All right, good.
Yeah.
All right, how about we start with getting to know you a little bit better, Spacely? How old are you, friend?
I turned 24 in January. It was a nice time.
Are you legal on Twitch? 24? Are you
Uh,
sure?
I am. I don't drink. I do not do any types of drugs, nor have I tried it. I have tried a little bit of alcohol. Didn't like it though.
Where are you from?
I am from California. I haven't fully disclosed the pinpoint location, but I'm from California. Lived there all my life. I've only been out of the state for 5 minutes technically, so I don't have much experience outside of California.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
5 minutes. What did you do in those
hmm
5 minutes out of state?
Well, I was in the Big Brother and Sister program, and so my quote unquote big brother took me out to see the snow for the first time and only time. And so we went over to the Nevada border to rent snowmobiles, and then basically came right back. So it only lasted like 5 minutes because he already called ahead. So yeah.
What do you do for a living, bud?
I used to have a job, but I actually like after giving my mom, enough money helping her financially after I had a previous job, uh, she let me quit that job to pursue streaming full time, even though I don't really make any money out of it. But I wanted to focus fully on doing that. So, yep, kind of just winging things, kind of
Now, is
how
that
I live my life.
streaming or is it content creation in general? I believe you have a YouTube too.
I do. Primarily, what I wanted to do when I was growing up in the first place was to actually do YouTube. But as I was growing up, I saw people started doing streaming. I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought that'd be cool. So like throughout the day, do some streaming, and then on the off hours, produce that YouTube content and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that I still want to do that I don't really have the luxury of doing yet, but I have some cool ideas coming eventually.
What's your educational background? Did you pursue any college after high school or just high school, bud?
I pursued some college. Like dropped out like halfway into community college because I couldn't afford 4 year college or whatever traditional college to actually for the first time pursue streaming. But it turned out that at that first point in time when I first quit college was to help my mom with her bills. So even though I went for the first time initially to stream, I had to pivot to help her out, and I did that for about a few years. And then over time, the little extra money I had left over from helping her out, I started buying PC parts until like 3 years later, I finally was able to finish my PC.
How much does your PC cost, bud?
Well, I didn't really calculate it before. I had like a set budget before, but since I was buying it over the course of
Yeah.
3 years, I could
So it
just
got
keep
bigger and
I could
bigger.
keep buying. Yeah, I could just buy like one big piece for each one, and then as soon as it was finally finished, it was like maybe like at the end like around 1,500. But my initial budget was probably gonna be like somewhere under 1,000.
So you mentioned your mom. Do you have any other family that you live with that are around
Well,
you?
no, my dad sucks. Kind of left when or like my mom and my dad were never really married or anything. I was actually funny enough. I was actually an accident, so glad to be here. Love it, but I was definitely not planned. So my mom had to do the single mom thing. That's why she's been struggling so hard with the bills. My dad every so often tries to act like the big strong dad, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey son, how you doing? I'm just checking in. It's been like 3 years. How you doing?"
Sounds
He even bought me
exactly
like
like
a
my dad.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
know
know,
we
he's
were
like that.
dad buddies, basically.
Yeah, he was the type of dad that would, every so often he'll get you a couple of gifts. Like my first Game Boy was from him. I got a watch also, and some other gift I don't really remember. Hey, love those things. I prefer a dad though, but he's living life. So good.
I mean, I, for me, the whole thing growing up, my dad was never around. He's actually white supremacist, so I chose not to have any contact with him after like the age of like 14. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm old enough to know that you're fucking gross. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But he was never around, so I didn't. You just gotta try not to let it affect you. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it's affected you. You seem to be perfectly almost normal human beings, basically.
Yeah, I was like when I was growing up, I really all I knew was really my mother. So I mean, she was doing the job of two. So I really didn't really feel the impact of not having a father like some other people did. I mean, we weren't like I said, we were pretty much poor the entire way through, but I was still happy. Like I wasn't someone that really needed a lot of things in life, so I was pretty content on the little things that I did have. As long as I had a couple of games, had my free time to do like watch YouTube and stuff like that. That's all I really needed. So I was pretty cool on that.
So, speaking of free time, then, what hobbies do you have outside of Twitch, if any?
To be honest, after I finished streaming, since I do like 6 hours streams, I used to do 8 hours. You talked me out of doing 8 hours,
Listen, I
and I
think that
got
was the
into
best
6 hours.
decision you ever made, and I will stand by that.
Oh no, I agree that I can't now that I do 6 hours. I can't even imagine
Doing 8 hours
doing eight
every
hours
day.
anymore. Yeah, like I mean, when I play like party games, like like when we do Fuzzy Fridays and stuff like that, like if there's like a lot of people to play with, time goes by so quick that I don't mind doing like 8, 12 hours like I used to do. But when I'm just streaming myself, I just can't imagine doing that. I have a short attention span, so like when I'm like I can't play a game more than like 3+ hours, even if I really like the game. So that's why I end up switching games in between streams, not because I like it's like some set thing I want to do. It's just I just can't do it. I'll get too bored.
But do you have any hobbies outside of Twitch? My
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that part.
bad.
So no, not really. I kind of just watch YouTube and stuff like that. I had a phase where I wanted to try to learn more new cool skills like cooking and drawing and stuff like that, but I kind of overwhelmed myself by trying to take on too many things at once. But I'm trying to get back into drawing. A new iPad came out. I'm gonna try to purchase that and try to learn drawing again on my off time.
What's your favorite food?
Pizza, there's nothing that even comes close to it. I just
Nothing
love me
close to
some good.
pizza. So, did you ever learn how
Yeah.
to cook, or did you kind of
Mm,
like, eh?
I know a few things, but I did purchase a cookbook within the last 6 months, and me and my mom made a couple of things. I posted a couple of things in my Discord showing like the couple of meals that we made. They turned out pretty well. I tried to buy a healthy cookbook because we eat like a lot of fried foods, and I thought that was can't do that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, healthy eating is definitely the way to go. I've been trying myself, as everybody can't tell because look the same, but I've been trying myself. So, do you watch a lot of TV? Do you have cable, or do you do Netflix?
I used to have cable, but then eventually not enough money to do that, so our cable got canceled, and that's when I really started to get into YouTube, and then why I try to watch. That's why I wanted to do YouTube and everything like that after I got into that big YouTube phase.
I think there's so many different ways you can consume either free or next to free content that cable's really overpriced these days. I don't know how long you had cable for, but when I was younger, so 10 years ago, 12 years ago, it was already
Mm,
$100 a month for the
yeah, it was yeah,
box and the stuff and everything else. Just
yeah. They really try to rip you off.
or you can have Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Disney Plus for less than half
Y-
of that and watch
Yeah,
YouTube
but
for free.
they are trying to turn it into TV again. They're trying to return it into cable, and it's kind of dumb.
What is your
Ugh.
favorite movie though?
My favorite movie is probably technically not my favorite movie right now, but like out of nostalgia, kind of boosted it up. But I would say Ghostbusters is my favorite, the original one, not the second one. The second one sucks.
Have you seen the remake?
No, I didn't want to hurt my childhood, so I decided to stay away from that.
It's
I preserve it.
hilarious. You got to check it out. You got to check it out.
Wait, really? It actually hilarious, but
No,
like
like
or like so bad
this.
it's
They got
funny.
Melissa McCarthy. It's got Leslie Jones. There's like, it's legit. Like I think they did a really good job. Obviously, they went for a different feel. It's an all female versus an all male cast, but I think they did a
Mm.
really good job.
Wow, they are remaking it again. It's like Paul Rudd's going to be in there and a couple other people. They're remaking it again. It's going to come out in the next couple of years or something.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay,
God,
they're just, this is ruining everything for me, dude. I'm like, please just let me live in my nice Ghostbusters.
are you a
Bill
big
Murray and
anime
all them.
fan?
Huge anime fan. Favorite being One Piece. That's like probably something that doesn't come close. Same thing with the video game area. There's like One Piece is my top.
What piece is your top anime?
Mhm.
I wait 1 second. I have a brain. I promise. One Piece
Oh,
anime. Have you seen Studio Ghibli stuff? There we go. That's what I was going with.
yes, I
What's
have indeed. Oh wait, what?
what's your favorite?
Oh, probably Spirit Away. That was the first one I remember seeing, so it's kind of had that soft spot. Plus, it's really good in the first place, so I mean, it's already there.
Have you ever seen Howl's Moving Castle?
I have indeed. Another one, great one.
Yeah, Spirited Away is your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking to you. Ashley, what is one of the proudest moments of your existence here on Earth?
Proudest moments. Well, I was a bit of a class clown in school, so I would get in trouble like pretty much every single day, and that's not even an exaggeration. Like it was quite literally like pretty much every single day for like tomfoolery and all these hijinks. And I didn't really do homework or any of that stuff. Didn't do schoolwork. Had bad grades and stuff like that. But once I reached senior year in high school, it kind of all turned around for me. Started getting good grades, ended up on an honor roll for the first time, all city council. So that was a big moment because when I first found out I had to go to a continuation school, my mom was devastated, crying and everything. But my grandma pep talked her up and said, "Oh, he can do it," and I ended up doing it. So that was a proud moment for
I feel
myself.
like I know why you like Kingdom Hearts so much. You got that redemption arc in you.
Exactly. Yeah, I had to come back. I had to
The
come back.
tomfoolery, and then senior year is where it all kicked in. Redemption arc happens.
It's like a true anime character, damning all my haters.
I think that's good though. School's important, but I think as important as it is also hard to understand that it can be very difficult. It's not even just the school either. Like you've got the grades and
Hmm.
stuff, but then you also have all the people, you have the students, you have the teachers and everything around you, and the
Yep.
the learning environment that we're all accustomed to isn't the best for everyone. Just what we have.
Yeah, the reason school didn't really work for me was because it's not really designed in the way that I learned. A lot of it was just like you spend like one day on a certain subject and then you don't talk about it again until like midterms. And I already like I'm notorious for having a terrible memory. Like it's actually concerningly bad. And there's no way I'm going to remember something we learned for one day and then expect to remember it towards the end. And studying doesn't really help me because, like I said, the memory thing's bad. So I had to truly learn the thing before I can actually apply. But once I learn it, I really excel at it. But I had to get that opportunity. But school is not really designed in that way. So
No, I mean, yeah, there's so many different ways to learn. There's like visual learning, there's hands-on learning,
kinesthetic.
there's the way they do it in school, which is kind of basically audible learning. Like they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a
Mhm.
lecture," and some people are good with that. Not everybody is,
Yeah.
and I think that's also a good reason why a lot of people don't do well in college either, because college is 100% like they take this textbook, right? They take this textbook, right? And they throw it at you. And they're like,
Yup.
good, now tell it back to me, okay? Okay, and I want 150 pages of what I just told you on case management. You got that? And you're just like,
Exactly.
but I don't, like, what?
Yeah, because in my community college, I had a class for I think coding, and basically they told me, yeah, so you're gonna be teaching yourself. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm paying you all this money. I barely have any of this. I'm paying you this money, but to teach myself. Okay, so why are you getting paid, sir? All right, this is fun.
It's honestly, I have a problem calling my teachers. They go to online school. Well, I'm done now.
Uh-huh.
I have a serious problem calling like them professor. I when I email them, it's like, "Hi, professor." When I'm talking to anybody else, I'm just like, they're not even like a teacher. I don't even know what to call them. Are they my study buddy who just doesn't even help me fucking study? Like, what's going on? They just go, "Hey, you do this, and I'm gonna grade it, and hopefully, I'm
Oh
not gonna be a
God.
dick to you. Call me professor." I'm just like,
Okay.
nope.
You have no respect for me. Why should I have it for you?
Well, with the pandemic still going on and everything, how has that affected your life? How did that continue to affect your life, basically?
Well, when I initially had the job before I quit it for streaming, it was kind of concerning. My mom's up there in age, is like 65, so she's, if anyone get the virus and is more prone to getting it, or like would actually pass away from getting it, would be her. So I try to take every precaution I could possibly do. I went into full like lockdown mode. Made sure to buy. I didn't buy any toilet paper like those crazy people, but I did buy a lot of hand sanitizer for the house, some nice antibacterial lotion, or not lotion, hand soap and stuff like that. Make sure my mom wore her mask. Make sure I wore my mask, gloves, everything like that. And but the people at my job, they since we worked the graveyard shift, they thought, oh, it's just, it's just us people here, so I don't need to wear my mask around. And I'm just over here looking at them like, are you serious? Just because you won't interact with all these grocery store shoppers doesn't mean that you couldn't have got it here and then transfer it to all those. So it was kind of a yikes. But other than that, after I left, nothing's really changed. I pretty much stayed inside anyway, just playing video games. So there was no big difference to my lifestyle. But I had, for some reason, my mom is acting like a 16-year-old girl that needs to hang out and go hang out with friends and stuff. I'm like, I'm out here sacrificing stuff to so you live. Can you
I
mind
think,
staying home, please?
yeah, it's it was very rough. Like, I got the feeling a lot of people were not only resented the changes and all the lockdown procedures, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't want to just like insult everybody's intelligence by being like were just dumb, but at the same time,
Yeah, they
they
were. Yeah.
even now we're opening schools back up, and as a parent, I know you're not a parent, but as a parent myself,
Mhm.
they basically don't give you a choice. Like, either your kid is good at learning online and you want to keep them at home full time, or if they're not
Mhm.
good at online learning, you're now forced to send them back to school because you only have those two options. Like,
Right.
literally, they go full time or online all the time. And it's just like you never did. Well,
And you
where
know
I live, they
why?
didn't do a good job. Hmm?
Yeah, you know why they do that too. It's literally there for money. It's not like they're making kids go back to school because it's what's best for them. It's because they just want more money, and that's the sad reality of it. Because one of my mods, Lily, she goes to school. And she's been telling me a bit about how they're forcing her to go back because she would rather stay home because there's this kind of this global pandemic going on, and it's not safe for people to be a large mass of people to be close to each other,
Yeah,
and
they
it's
really.
so stupid.
Yeah, yeah. It's rough, very rough.
Hmm.
It's it's a lot to
Yeah.
handle, to take in, and luckily you sounded like you were safe. You
Hmm.
said you live in California, right?
Yeah.
So how does living there affect your life, though? I live up, like, not just COVID, but like I live up north. It's cold. We get
Hmm.
snow, we get rain, we get all the bullshit except for tornadoes.
Yeah. I mean, we say it's cold in California, but we don't technically know. Like, people just love, anyone outside of California just love to say, you don't know how it feels to be cold. And I'm like, well, but come on, it's chilly, dude. I gotta wear like two jackets. It's
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 like
terrible.
it's like 60 degrees outside. I'm freezing, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it feels. At 60 degrees, it's actually cold, man. And then, there was like, actually, California had a drought about a few years ago. So it was actually kind of concerning. I actually really tried to pay attention to my water consumption and stuff like that. But it's nice. I enjoy it. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of money to travel, so I haven't really explored outside of California. But Hey, I'm loving it. California IA, we love it.
Do you have any good walkout stories? Like walking out of a job, out of school, anything cool like that?
Ooh. Not particularly. I kind of just, I mean, I did walk out of school and did all that, but I wouldn't say it was cool. It was just me saying, okay, well, I'm failing and I can't afford to get this. I can't get the school grant or I forgot. Oh,
When I
financial
when I
aid
went to
anymore.
when I went to college the first time,
Mhm.
I got through about 2 years of my math degree. And then I got to a point where
Mhm.
I literally could not take it. Like, could not take it. Another minute
Mhm.
more. And I was just like, listen, I can't. Like, I just gotta. My grades weren't terrible or nothing. I just literally, I done all the high school and all that. And then you immediately go into college and you're paying money for it. And there's all this extra stress and full time jobs and all this other bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, but I initially went to college for to learn game development, but since it's such a new field and stuff like that, there's not really a set course you need to take.
Yeah,
Really, yeah.
there's like coding and then there's graphic
Mhm.
design, but it's like, how do you how do you make that into game development? And then a part of that's got to
Yep.
be like marketing and business stuff too. If you're talking about like the
Mhm.
overall game development, not just one or the like one part or another.
Yeah, I specifically wanted to be a video game director because I'm more of a big idea guy. I have a ton of good ideas, but I'm not really so good at executing them. So I wanted to go specifically for that. There's no degree for that. There's no anything like that. It's pretty much like almost like a self-taught thing. They have one for game development specifically, but they didn't have it in the area. Because I mean, director, you kind of like a jack of all trades. You know a little bit of everything, but you're not like you don't specialize in anything. It's really more so for you to direct a certain game. So I didn't want to feel like I needed to do all the extra stuff, but that's the only path I can go. So
Yeah. Well, our next section is on video games, so perfect segue with your video game development story. Do you
easy.
like video
Good.
games, Agent Spacely?
Nah, it's actually they're kind of boring. Kind of hate them, but no,
Oh,
I know
that's
I
unfortunate.
love. Yeah, I love me some video games. That's pretty much all I know besides
But
anime.
I think so. On the topic of hobbies from earlier,
Mm-hmm.
my big hobby has always been video games. I did
Ooh,
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I know you
same,
played
same.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the past too,
Mm-hmm.
but
Big part of my life.
it was always okay. So if they could make a good Yu-Gi-Oh video game, I'd take that. But it's always just been video games.
Yeah.
It's been like Final Fantasy. It's been whatever RPGs for the most part. But that's been like my main thing. Like I've just always really enjoyed video games from probably way too young. Probably way too young. Actually, how old were you when you started playing video games?
Can't particularly remember, but I remember like the earliest game I could feel like I remember playing. I probably played one before that, but I remember the Pajama Sam on the PS1. That's the only thing I can remember. The earliest game I can remember playing.
What is your first video game you fell in love with?
I've
Was it
never known a
Pajama Sam or
love
was it something else? Well, you've never
like
fallen in
we're
love with a game?
no, I was saying that. I was well, I don't know if I mean the game I just know I love was Kingdom Hearts. Like I never felt a love like that with any other game so far and before that. But I mean, I think I always had a general interest of video games, but I don't know if I truly felt love until I got that sweet, sweet Kingdom Hearts goodness.
And you had never played a Final Fantasy game before this?
No, I didn't even really know what it was.
So you
When I
missed
was
just
playing
half
Kingdom
the
Hearts
experience
initially,
and you loved it so much.
yeah, because when I was playing it initially, I was like, oh, these are some cool characters. I have no idea who they are. I knew the Disney characters for the most. I didn't know all the Disney characters either. I only knew like a good chunk, like Donald and Goofy, like everyone knows. But I didn't know like some deep cuts. I knew Peter Pan, didn't really know Nightmare Before Christmas. Still have never seen that. And some other
Wait,
worlds in there. I
what?
didn't know what that was. Yeah, still
Nightmare
never
Before
seen Nightmare
Christmas.
Before Christmas.
You have Disney
Hmm.
Plus?
I do. It's on my list. It's on my list. I plan on watching it, but I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh my god. I'm reaching away from the sound effects here, man. Reaching away from the sound effects. Staying away from them. Gotta be polite. We're on a podcast. This is normal stream fun time, okay? But
Oh no, I see some in the
but
chat. No, I'm sorry. Oh no. No, but
I mean,
my Kingdom Hearts experience, like how I discovered it, is actually kind of interesting. When I was in about fourth grade, um, my mom actually made me throw away my PS1 for some reason when she bought me my PS2. Had no idea why to this day, why I couldn't just have both of them. But this kid that didn't really like me, we didn't get along at all. He came and brought a bunch of games to school. No one really had the console at the time. So he's like, okay, do you want these games? He gave me the choice between The Matrix and Kingdom Hearts, and you can see why I would choose Kingdom Hearts. But he's like, you know what? No one's going to choose The Matrix, so you can have this one too. So I just got both of them.
this
So
day, have you played The Matrix then?
I actually started it. I kind of started that first before I even started Kingdom Hearts, even though I wanted Kingdom Hearts over The Matrix. But I got it like deep into the game, and then eventually I just quit. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. I still haven't even seen that movie. Why did I say that? No, don't flame me for that either.
What is your favorite Kingdom Heart? You haven't seen The Matrix?
No, I said don't
What?
flame me for that. Just skip past that part.
Right?
Just skip past that.
Just skip it. Right. I almost did too. I almost missed it. All right, Spacely, we gotta get a list going. All right, guys, we're gonna get a list. We're gonna send it over to Space. We're gonna be like, you gotta watch The Nightmare Before Christmas. You gotta watch The Matrix trilogy. Okay? You don't even know Red
Haven't
Pill
seen
or
the Lord
Blue
of the
Pill?
Rings. No, I know that reference. I know it's from that, but I don't really know.
Did you
what
say you
that
haven't
would
watched The
mean.
Lord of the Rings?
No, I didn't even
We're
watch
done
Star
talking
Wars
about
until like
movies.
a couple
Anyway,
months ago.
what's your favorite Kingdom Hearts character?
Character, for pretty much everything, I'm pretty much a main character type of guy. So Sora is my favorite character, but I like a few others, but really, since I
Okay,
play them the most,
top
or like
three
interact
then.
with the most.
We'll do top three for this because I know you're a Kingdom Hearts fan.
Okay, we'll go Sorf first, Ventus second, and Aqua third.
Least favorite.
Least favorite? Oh man. She. Who do I actually just straight up hate in the
How about
game?
your? Okay, we'll do a couple. What's your least favorite video Disney character in those games?
Oh, the Disney least favorite Disney character. I mean, the world that I kind of dislike the most is the Little Mermaid because the swimming mechanics are so stupid. And then they had the swimming, or they had the musical mini game rhythm part game in there. That wasn't the best. So that was kind of a yikes. They're kind of annoying. But I
Your
mean,
least
I like the main cast.
You like the main cast.
Hmm.
How about your least
Yeah,
favorite Organization 13 member?
Zexion, because he hasn't really done anything yet. He probably will, but he hasn't done anything
Kingdom
yet. So
Hearts
it's
4,
kind
it's definitely coming out. We'll wait 12 years. People will be mad about it. Were you mad about Kingdom Hearts 3 or did you like it?
my experience was ruined. I would have liked it if my experience wasn't ruined, but
How was your experience ruined then?
well, with the way they framed the trailers, it kind of almost spoiled it in a way. Like, sure, you didn't have the context to it, but they gave you so many pieces that you can kind of put them together. And then as you were playing the game, you realize, well, this character can't be hurt because this didn't happen yet in the trailers. So there's no stakes, there's no anything like that. And if I never watched them, this probably would be undoubtedly my favorite game and Kingdom Hearts game of all time. But at the time, it was severely ruined for me. And a coworker at one of my previous jobs, he kept looking at the spoilers. I told him multiple times to not tell me anything, and then randomly he just told me like the biggest spoiler in the game. He's just like, "Whoa, I can't believe this happened, dude!" And I was like, "Are you serious?" He was so nice, so I didn't want to yell at him, but I was actually so mad. Like, you don't even know. I've been
Spacely
waiting for
comes
that game so long.
unfurled when spoilers come out, man. Like, if you want to
That's
get
so
on
true.
Spacely's bad side, spoil a video
Mhm.
game. It doesn't matter if he has no intention to play in it. Wait, how do you feel about spoilers? Let's start with this before I go in on you about your dislike of spoilers.
Oh, no, you're pretty much right. I hate them so much, dude. Because I'm kind of I'm like a big overthinker. So I like overthink everything. And so if I know a little bit of information about a game, it kind of ruins my experience. And nowadays, for some reason, I don't know why, but I can't really find the motivation to enjoy a lot of things, even if it comes to Kingdom Hearts. Like, even if it's a new Kingdom Hearts game, like when Kingdom Hearts 3 first came out, I initially took like a few days to play it because I don't know. I have like this weird uncontrollable laziness about me. Like even if I really motivated to play something, I just can't get myself to do it. So when I know anything about a game, it just like kind of sucks the fun out of it, and I just or anything really. So that's why I try to. I do this more so for myself. Not. I know people are really excited to talk about things, but I just if I want to experience something, I can't. I can't know about it.
I don't I don't play games on the release of the games either. It's
Mm-hmm.
more of a, especially with Twitch, I'm not interested in buying something on release day and whatever else goes
Mm-hmm.
on over there. But I'm very frugal with my video game spending. I got the whole Kingdom Hearts series for like $20.
Oh yeah,
So
that's a good deal actually.
it's
Except
actually
on the
it's an
PC.
amazing deal. You can get like the
Mhm.
story so far, which goes all the way to 2.8. You can get it for like
Yeah.
35 dollars. Like that's insane.
Hmm. Yep, literally on sale right now on the PlayStation Store. I actually saw it
I mean, you should
earlier. You
probably
could.
skip Chain of Memories if you're playing it. You know what I'm saying? You probably
Oh,
just skip
okay.
right over Chain of Memories. But
Oh my god. But yeah, you
like
get
it,
like eight games just for $30. That's actually a really good deal for anything, any series
yeah.
really. 8 games for $30. That's crazy.
What is your least favorite Kingdom Hearts game? Wait, no, never mind. What's your favorite Kingdom Hearts game? That's what I wanted to say.
It funny enough, it actually is Kingdom Hearts 3 right now.
Kingdom Hearts
Currently,
3?
it's kind of toss up between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, but Kingdom Hearts 3 has a slight edge, probably because it's newer. I don't know.
Would you consider yourself good at video games, Agent Spacely?
I never really did, but my stream keeps telling me I am, and I do not agree. I might be good in our circle, but I'm not. I don't feel like I'm good overall. Not enough to be like even close to a professional or anything like that. Because I don't practice, I don't train, I don't do any of that stuff. So
I've not put in the training for my video
mm,
gaming. I think that,
yeah,
you know what? I just don't think that people are as good at video games as you think. I think that's what it is. I'm not
yeah.
saying you're amazing. I would never say that. Never, in whispered tones or out loud. I'm just me. I'm amazing. Y'all are just the plebs. No, but on a serious note, I think you're above average, but
Mm.
I've realized more while watching Twitch that people are just not as good at video games as I thought. I seriously thought, I don't know about you when you started Twitch, I thought it was like the
Hmm.
race for the best video game player, and I was just like, damn, this is gonna be rough. I want to have to be so good at these
Hmm.
games. And now it's just like I play through them too fast because I'm too good, and it's a real big issue.
Yeah, because I mean, like, kind of what the Twitch meta was before, and now it's just hot tubs. But I mean, before it's kind of like the way you are successful is either you're usually really good at a game, or you are a really good personality, or you're a good like the most successful people are a good combination of both. It's what I've noticed. But like anywhere between is just so hard.
Are you a PC Master Race guy, Xbox or PlayStation guy?
Hell no. I've had, like I said, like I played Pajama Sam on the PS1. I pretty much my first console experience I can really remember is PlayStation, so I kind of stuck with them. Even to this day, I really did not want to play on any PC games, but some of them just have to be played on the PC. And now
Just
that I
have
know
to.
you, yeah, and now that I know you can play your controller on your PC, I'm a little bit more inclined to have it. But I like collecting the game cases. So like when I'm playing on PC, there's no real cases unless you have like those disc drive ones, but they don't really release those that much. I
You
don't
got like a
think. Plus,
giant
I don't
set
have
of
a disc drive.
cassettes right behind you too. Look at
Oh yeah, I have a ton. Like there's
that.
like a whole shelf over there, all other type of stuff. It's crazy.
Are you interested in any multiplayer games, or are you just mostly single player?
The reason I care a lot about spoilers really also is because I was the only child and I didn't really have a player two or anything like that. So I didn't really play a lot of multiplayer games. But I do play like League of Legends and like if I have friends I'll play other multiplayer games. Like like we on the Frenzy Fridays we play like Smash Bros and Mario Kart. Those are cool multiplayer games, but I don't have a ton of people to play with, so I kind of gravitated more towards the stories.
Yeah. Are you competitive in video games though? When you do play multiplayer games, or are you kind of just like whatever.
See, I don't go into it competitive, but like if I lose, I might get like a little bit salty. I won't verbally usually say it. I might say it on stream just so people get my reaction, but like I'll have like a hidden saltiness to me. But initially, I'm not going out there to like be the very best like no one ever was.
That
There's
was
a
a
little
yes,
bit of
by the way. That was definitely competitive. Whether you want to be or not. When you play video
Yeah, that's a good
games,
thing.
are you more of a completionist or are you interested in more of a quickie?
Uh, um, I find myself now that I'm streaming that I can't really. I feel like it would be kind of boring if I went to go do every single thing in the game. But if I wasn't streaming and before I was, I would try to do everything that I kind of wanted to do. Like I wouldn't try to 100% get the trophies unless I really liked the game or if it was like easy to do. But I would mostly try to, try to do the side option bosses and do some cool side game or mini game type stuff, side quests and stuff like that. But I wouldn't try to 100% complete everything.
Yeah, I used to do the whole it was called achievement whoring back in the day on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, I know
I'm
that.
just I'm pretty sure I have like 23,000 gamer score, and the best game ever was it was either like an Avatar or a Naruto game where all you had to do is you had to click the button like 80 times, and you'd get 1,000 gamer score for like an 80 hit combo because it was like it was like 200 per it was like 200 points per combo, and once you got to like an 80 or 100 hit, you automatically got the
Uh-huh.
game score. Then you put the game down because you know it was a
Oh, it's probably
terrible game.
Naruto, yeah. Yeah, like on PlayStation it's called like Platinum when you get all the trophies. I only kind of have it for a few games, not even that much. I do have it for Kingdom Hearts 3, but all the other Kingdom Hearts is so tedious. I don't feel like doing all that. I mean, I love the game, but come on, dude. I'm not going to collect every
There's
single
like
synthesis material.
so that's kind of somebody was doing like the Ultima, right? I remember playing the
Hmm.
first game and I remember looking at the requirements for the Ultima and it was just like
Yeah. Mm-mm.
not happening at all. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just lay the fuck off.
Yeah, in Cage 2 and 3, it's actually, not that bad. Kingdom Hearts 1, they in the final mix version, which is like it's pretty much like almost like a DLC, like a complete edition of it. They added some new enemies and it's just so tedious. You had to kill them multiple times and it already takes so long to kill them one time or do their special trick that you need to do. It's just not worth it. I would just skip that.
Is your favorite video game of all time Kingdom Hearts 3 then, since it's your favorite KH? Should I ask you the question at all or just assume and move on?
Yeah, you probably should assume and move on. If
What
if there wasn't a nostalgia, I probably would like something else.
what games are you hooked on right now other than Kingdom Hearts? Like other than Kingdom Hearts.
I don't really play games outside of streams anymore. But one stream game that I was actually really pretty hooked on and I actually played outside was Hades. So that's why I was really loved your Hades streams that you do. So because I was really super into the game at the time.
Hot take, Hades, best game that came out last year. Maybe that's not even a hot take at this point. It's amazing. It's got story. It's got
Mhm.
everything you like about Kingdom Hearts. It's got everything you like. It's got a weird fucked up story that you got to go through in 80 different installments in different parts because different people are telling you
Okay,
different
man.
shit, right? It's
Come
got a
on,
ton of
man.
action and it's got tons of mythical beings. Oh wait, that's
Hmm.
Final Fantasy.
I mean, does have mythical beings. My favorite book series is actually the Percy Jackson series. So it takes a lot from Greek mythology. So I was ever
That's
since
fair.
reading those books. Yeah, I've been really into Greek mythology. That's probably why I liked it so much. But actually, a hidden sleeper game that I really liked and was really surprised that I liked is It Takes Two, which is a co-op game that you could play with your friend and you go through the story, solve puzzles, and just have a good old fashioned time. It's actually a really good and creative game that I didn't expect I was gonna like so much.
I think wasn't that like a game that came out before that like now it's come back or something. Like I feel like it's not a new game, but all of a sudden everybody's
No,
playing it
no,
on
it is.
stream.
No, no, it came out like pretty much like maybe like a month ago.
Are you sure?
Like, yeah, it's made by the same creators as A Way Out, and this is pretty much their next installment in that type of genre. But yeah, it literally just came out like a month ago.
Sure, it wasn't a remake. It came out
I'm
last year.
pretty sure.
It came out a year ago. Came out in
Really?
2014. Yeah, they just remade it for PS5 and everybody got onto it because like the graphics and stuff were better. Okay, I'm
Are
not as
you
crazy as I
serious?
thought. Maybe
I
I'm
never
wrong.
heard of it before.
Wait,
I
maybe
never
I'm
heard of
wrong.
it until then.
You know, I could be wrong. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I'm probably wrong. I'm usually am, but yeah, I didn't hear about it. No one really talked about it. I saw a few trailers in the last 6 months, and then I heard that it was coming out, and then I was finally able to purchase it a month ago.
Oh no, I
I
guess it came
pre-ordered
out
it.
like a month ago. That's so weird. Maybe
Yeah.
so. Have you ever played a game on like early release? I know Hades was available for early release for a
Oh
while.
yeah, I did hear about that. I did hear about It Takes Two. Did have like a kind of like a pre-release beta test alpha thing where you can pretty much play the game and you test it out and stuff like
It
that.
says it's available on Windows, so maybe it was like a Steam. I have no certain
Yeah.
games that were on Steam forever,
Mm-hmm.
and then they came in like that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
do you ever get emotional while playing video games, Agent Spacely? If so,
Very
what
much
games
so,
do you get
actually.
emotional over? What is your most recent emotional moment?
I don't know if I've particularly been emotional in a video game recently. Because I usually play them all on stream. It's kind of such a different atmosphere that I never feel the need to cry. But like Kingdom Hearts 2 is like probably the one that I cried the most on. But I did cry on the TV show recently. But I mean, I really cried on Kingdom Hearts 2.
I find the thing that gets you like you have to be invested, right, to get emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So like What Remains of Edith Finch is a story game that's famous for like the emotional reactions you will have, and a lot of
Oh yeah,
that's
I
the
saw that.
fact that it's um there's things people can relate to, like dude, like the moment the baby comes out in that game,
Oh yeah,
bunch of sad times.
very much.
What game surprised you the most in either a good or a bad way?
Well, really, like I was saying, It Takes Two. I had literally had no expectations for it. I was like, oh, this looks like a cute, quirky game. Pretty much just wanted to try it because I wanted to have a co-stream with a streamer that I met recently. I thought this would be a cool thing to learn about them. And then I played the game. I was like, whoa, wait, this is way better than I could have possibly imagined. This is really cool and fun, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah.
What is your biggest video game accomplishment?
I guess beating Sekiro, probably. I mean, I can't really think of anything else on the top of my
The,
head, but
there's something about beating your first Soulsborne game that's
hmm
just like it's almost like nothing else. Did you ever do
yeah,
Undertale?
Undertale, yeah,
Yeah.
just one half of it, yeah.
Oh, did you not do the genocide run?
No, not yet.
Okay,
I was
okay.
too pissed
I was
off
gonna
by the
say like
spoiler
I was gonna
thing.
say if you went through that, that's
hmm
probably like equivalent by the time you get over there. But like
hmm
I think that legitimately almost everybody should try to beat one of those games. And
hmm
if you're getting pissed off, just finish. But like it's a very
Yeah,
rewarding experience to finish off a game that's legitimately difficult for you. I think
yeah.
it's hype. Great.
Yeah, because actually I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts 3 again, trying to do the same challenge that Neff did, which Kingdom Hearts like has this like setting you can do where you can force your character to stay at level 1. It's an RPG, so typically you get to level 99, but here you're locked in at level 1, and in critical mode for Kingdom Hearts, they actually fully rebalance all the enemies and damage scaling and stuff like that. It's not just like a hard mode, oh, this does more damage, more HP. Like they actually rerouted it like the AI to everything. So it's actually a really hard challenge. Funny enough, I have more deaths in that game than I had in Sekiro after beating the game.
I mean,
So that's kind of crazy to me.
probably, but I don't think you played Sekiro like level 1. Imagine if you played through
Yeah,
Sekiro, you never upgraded anything. You just intentionally stay. I mean, like the later bosses would just be one-shotting you still, just like they do in Kingdom Hearts.
yeah. I heard like Kingdom Hearts actually inspired a lot in video games that you wouldn't even realize, like including the Soul series. I heard this from Anth. I don't particularly know if it's
I
true,
don't.
and I didn't really research it. But
It
I heard like
seems
the
like it
dodge roll
could
didn't
be
really.
true, but like
Mm-hmm.
it depends on. A lot of stuff, you know. I think that video games these days are so vast that they take from a lot of different video games. It's not going to just be one, two, or a couple, right?
Yeah, because I heard it like the dodge roll didn't really exist until Kingdom Hearts, and then Dark Souls for some reason is famous for dodge rolling. I don't know why, but
I mean, I think
I hear like dodge roll.
it's because like the perfect time dodge roll is getting you out of like a sticky situation. I think there's a little bit of that
Oh,
in the first Kingdom Hearts, but I think the timing's not as precise.
oh
But
yeah, it doesn't really.
like, I mean,
Mm.
maybe like level 1 Sephiroth fight, you have to be like the perfect like dodge out of the way. But I think that that that's why it's so prominent in Dark Souls. But I think that
Yeah,
I don't remember a game before Kingdom Hearts that had a dodge roll. So
yeah. So yeah, like this. It's kind of crazy. Like some of the games that you played as a kid, and really just knowing how it influenced it. Because like I noticed now that I'm playing through the Final Fantasy series, how much was influenced by Final Fantasy. I was like, whoa, this seems very Final Fantasy esque, or like this is just straight up out of Final Fantasy. And then you look at when the game came out, you obviously know Final Fantasy did it first because it came out like in the '80s. So you just know that wow, a lot of things influence
I think most of what
other
we see
things.
in RPGs these days are JRPGs and come from
Hmm.
Final Fantasy in one way or another. And I'm sure they took some of their stuff from other games too.
Yeah.
So I stole this question from Agent Spacely when he asked it a couple weeks ago, guys. If you could make a game, what
Uh-huh.
would it be like?
Okay. I don't want to get too big into it because I don't want anyone to yoink my idea. Not that you guys are bad people, you yoinking, but I actually kind of want to
Wait, let
like
me get my pen and paper.
no. I kind of wanted to go kind of
Okay.
form a new genre that's kind of based off a genre, and I wanted to make a pretty much an RPG, but that where you have like it's pretty combo heavy. You have a lot of options to make it difficult, and it can
Okay,
be
can you
really
slow down?
hard or it
Can
can
you
be
slow
really
down for a
easy.
second?
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
RPG combos difficulty.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
continue, continue.
you got
You're
it.
good.
You got
Continue.
it. I want it to be like super creative, like super cool things. I want every part of the game to matter. When you're doing a side quest, I don't want it to be like one of those copy and paste side quests that you just see in every game
Fetch quests.
or like RP. Yeah, I want like every side quest to actually have a purpose. So when you're playing this game for hours and hours, like you go to the side quest and you're like, wow, this is just as good as the main story and stuff like that. So I feel like that would be really cool to have. So flashy combos. I want it to actually be kind of more modern, where it has like a lot of different modes in it for like other gamers. Like there's like a speed run setting where it's actually optimized for speed runners. Same thing for streamer mode. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Like they give you like some special cool overlay that you can do, and it's like kind of just like a modern era futuristic type of video game. I think that'd be pretty sick.
How about the setting for this game? I feel like you touched on a lot of things. What would the setting for the game
Hmm.
be? Would it be futuristic? Would it be in the past? Would it be fantasy world that you create yourself?
So it kind of harps and takes a lot of concepts from Kingdom Hearts. It would, but like each type of dimension you would go into, it would be like its own cool little thing. There's no like some specific setting that it is. Like it would take it from like there's going to be like some cool back in time thing. There'd be some cool futuristic type of dimension, some cool fantasy mythology type of thing. A lot of ideas combined into one to create these cool different worlds that I feel like would be pretty sick. Really, I want to start a new genre, kind of like a multi open world genre game. So I want a really big game. Like each world feels like a full on, like you can feel like it's like a full on game. And like, because Kingdom Hearts, I feel like it's kind of like the basis of a multi open world genre because you go to multiple worlds. So I thought it'd be cool if I kind of built off of that and made an actual multi world, open world genre type of series slash game.
You've thought about this more than most.
Yeah, I've actually. That's what I was saying. I don't want anyone to
You're
yoink it
like,
because I,
nah,
like I was
nah,
saying.
I got this shit. It's like I can't tell you all of it. I'm gonna tell you about
Hmm.
1/100th of the shit that I already have going on. So we got the
Hmm.
combos, multi-world like
Hmm.
Kingdom Hearts, which I think actually really sounds really cool, by the way.
Yeah.
What's your favorite superpower? Because I never asked you that. Got the
Oh yeah, but like back to the thing you were saying, I actually like I was telling you when I was going to college, I actually planned on doing game director, so that
Yeah.
I actually started writing down the basis of a game that I wanted to do. I haven't worked on it in a while, but I already have an idea in mind. That's I was kind of telling you a little bit about it. But yeah, the superpower I would want is actually it's kind of a toss up. I have one that's practical that I would still like, but one that I actually want is actually like electrokinesis, basically like electrical powers. My favorite superhero is Static from Static Shock, and he has electrical magnetic powers. So I thought that would be really cool. But like
You'd be
practically, if I
Agent
just wanted to be
Spacely
like
Shock.
OP, exactly. If I just wanted to be like OP, I would want Danny Phantom's powers, where he can just turn into a ghost. He like has ghost powers, like he can like turn intangible, take over people's bodies, throw out ectoplasm and stuff like that. Like I still like those powers, and I feel like they'd be really powerful. But if I had to choose one, it'd be electrical powers.
Ooh, wait, before we move on to the streaming questions, the last question in the gaming section, I have to answer it. Name 3 to 5 video games that are on your bucket list that you absolutely that are out. You haven't played them. You have to play them. 3 to
Oh.
5.
Well, I do have Ori in the Blind Forest. I saw, like I told you, like when you were first playing that game, I was like, oh dang, I can't watch this because I actually plan on playing that one day. So I finally ended up playing it because they were on sale. I have that one. There's also Assassin's Creed Valhalla that came out recently. I have that on the PS5, and I just have not gotten into it yet, but I want to play it. And I would say actually a game that I just bought, or I didn't just buy, but I pre-ordered, and it just came out today. It's Returnal. It's kind of similar to like one of those what was it roguelike games? Did you call it roguelite things where you
It's like
die
Hades.
numerous times, you come back. Yeah, you come back stronger or stuff like that. But it's like a horror version of that. And I'm not really into horror, but for some reason it kind of intrigued me, so I decided to get that. And I have a few games that. Oh wait, this is real. This I'm really like my guilty pleasure is vampires. I actually I really like vampires. My favorite live action TV show is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So this game that's called Vampire that I wanted for so long, and I finally have it, and I really want to play it. But like I told you, I keep procrastinating and putting it off, and I've had it for like months. So, but I really want to play Vampire.
It's Vampire with a Y, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking I know what game you're talking about. In case it's not
Mm-hmm.
Vampire with an I, and then that's the 2 different games, and I gotta look into both of them.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's good or anything, but it's just it looked kind of cool, and I was just like, I just want to play this. It's a good old time.
So, moving into the streaming section, how long
Mm-hmm.
have you been streaming, Spacely?
We are coming up to a year. I believe June 27th is my anniversary. So whatever, subtract that for whatever month it is now is how long I've been streaming. I think like 10, 8 months. Math? You're the math. Yeah, you're the math guy. You got it. Okay.
Like 9.5 months, 10 months? I don't know. You just make that super confusing. Would you say that video
Yeah.
games are important on Twitch?
Yes, very much so. It's pretty much the foundation. I think actually no, because I wasn't really here during the Justin TV days, so I don't know really what was on there visually, but it seems like it's the biggest part of the streaming thing right now.
So why aren't you playing a video game right now then? What you doing,
What if
fam?
we are? What if I am? What if I am right now and you just can't see it's off
You
camera?
got really listen. If you were playing a game right now, like your fucking multitasking is just like next level limitless shit, dude. Like, so if I hope you are actually. I hope you are, and then you can use that superpower for good and not evil.
Funny enough, a interesting game that I never thought I would actually like that I picked up recently is called The Longing, and it's basically a game where you just live out your days for 400 days, and then some big event is going to happen. And literally real life days you need to wait out 400 real life days. I have no idea why I would like that, but it's actually very calming and nice, and you can kind of just play it off. I can just kind of play it on my Switch right now. So yeah, I might be playing it actually. I technically am playing it. I'm
I
doing it
hope
right
that
now.
400 real days. Is there like
Hmm.
how does that work? Yeah,
Well, there is a few things while you're searching throughout the caves. There's like a few things that you can find around there, and the more that you fill up the shade, the character's called the shade, little home, he feels more at home. He feels like time is going by faster, so real in-game time goes by faster. But they actually have an anti-cheat measure, so if you try to change your clock in your game, they'll actually make you push a button 400 times because 400 days before, and it'll reset your game. It's kind of funny actually.
Ouch. I just oh man, I don't even know where to stand on this. I just like, bro, you have to play their 400 actual, like, I assume it's like in half-hour or hour-long installments. It's just like, that would hurt my
Yeah.
soul. Could you imagine? You should start streaming that like tomorrow. Like,
Nah,
you
I
need to
think it would
spend
be.
the first half hour of your stream every day doing this game now.
Well, no, because like even if you have the game off, it still ticks down. But like, funny enough, I've had it for like a month, and I only have like 140 so days left out of 400, but I've only had a month because I found so many things around the cave. So actually, it's going by a lot sooner.
Now I'm even, I'm never gonna understand this game. And it's
Yeah,
just
I'm bad at
how is
explaining
it? It's
stuff.
either 400 real life games or it's or it's not. You either have to wait 400 damn days for your payoff, or there's something else going on that I'm not understanding. I think there's just something I'm missing here.
No, you legit. If you don't do anything and you literally stand in place for 400 days, you can still win the game like that. There are ways to speed it up, but you can
Okay,
literally
so
just
this is
sit
the part
there
I was
for 400
missing,
days.
was you can speed. So the end goal should be about the same either way, right? Or no? Like,
Yeah. No, this time frame it will be different depending on the more stuff you find to fill up the cave to make his time feel like he's passing by sooner. But you can literally just wait there for 400 days, do nothing, and you'll still get the game's story. There's multiple endings to make it to finish quicker. Like you can finish maybe in like 100 days by doing a certain ending. But like if you want the true ending, you wait those 400 days.
true and never.
I haven't gotten there yet.
What
Yeah,
got
I
you
can
into
actually
streaming,
do it.
Spacely?
What got me into streaming? Well, initially, like I was saying, I was more so into YouTube, but after seeing like streaming things, I thought that would be pretty fun. I could just play my games I was already doing and just turn on the stream, and then maybe people will like it. So I always kind of wanted to. I have like a bunch of ideas what I want to do with streaming. Nothing really technically benefits me. I kind of just like if I become successful, I want to spread that to like all the wonderful people that spend their time to watch my streams multiple hours a day. Like you see Brianna in the chat, she watches my streams like as much as possible, and even throughout work, she comes to watch my streams during her break time. That's like a big commitment. Like I want to pay that forward to all the other people that also support me by um like taking the cool events or like giving like gifted subs or like doing these cool things. So I thought that would be really cool. Even before I even started streaming, I just wanted to do that. So that was the biggest incentive. Because I was like, I need to go do this. If I want this to happen, I got to start streaming. I just got to push the go live button.
Wow, I just.
Oh no.
So you enjoy streaming then?
Yeah, very much so. Actually, it's way more enjoyable than I actually initially thought. It's there's of course a lot of bad days, but I feel like the ups really go over the downs and stuff like that. So
I kind of feel like there's just a difference between. There's multiple differences, but between streaming and then
hmm
between streaming and like YouTube. So for like
right,
YouTube, for instance, you have like you have it's live, of course. Sorry, no, it's not live. It's not live. There you go. It's not live, so there's like a bigger production side of it. There's
right,
like today when I started, I was like, I got to do a good YouTube thing because I just
hmm
realized my YouTube is a little saggy, or however you would else describe it.
right.
Excuse me. So I think that there's that, and I also think that there's a lot of one-on-one or there's a lot more interaction when you are streaming than when you're doing content on like YouTube or even TikTok or anything like
Yeah, I feel like there's big ups and downs, big benefits for each one. Like streaming, you can just pretty much just play the game, chill, hang out with people, to help pass the time and just have a good old fashioned time. Doesn't take a lot. need to know a lot to like physically do streaming. Like if you want to be successful, you need to know a decent bit more than people would know. But like basically, you don't really need to know anything to stream, and you can just have a good time and stuff like that. But with YouTube, sure, you don't have the interactivity, you don't have all that stuff. It takes like a long time to get like a good produced video, and you have to edit it and do all these other things. So it takes a lot of hard work, and but there's a nice payoff and stuff like that. So it has their ups and downs, but I say they're both kind of worth it depending on what you're into.
So would you say that streaming has been smooth sailing for you, a bumpy road, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B?
I would definitely say a bumpy road. I would be, it's like very rare for I feel like a streamer to not have a bumpy road while streaming. There are some lucky people, lucky few, but it's definitely a
Lucky
rocky road.
very few, to be honest. Though, like the amount of people who
Yeah.
even if like your growth rate is super slow and it's like let's
Mhm.
say, like assume you start off like 0, then 1, 2, 3, and then you get like to
Mm.
10, whatever, and
Yeah.
then you're just like okay, 11 is a month, 12 is 2, 13, like
Hmm.
even those people are it's usually like and then game dependent and a million other things going on.
Tell me about it. But yeah, I feel like it's very difficult. Like if you want to be successful, like I hear like I don't even know if it's true, but I hear like since I have like what an average, I get like an average of 5 or 6 people nowadays. Peak maybe like at 15 per day. I hear like I'm still like in the top 5% of Twitch people because there's people that
I know
stream like months.
I know
Hmm.
statistically speaking that if you were at 15 average views,
Hmm.
you were the 1% of Twitch already. 15 average
Yeah,
views,
and
you're already the 1%. Obviously, if you're Pokemon, you're the
hmm
0.1%. But
yeah,
15 average views, if you ever hit that mark, you were already. I mean, I wouldn't call it better streamer either, though. You're doing better. There you go. Your stream is doing
yeah,
better than 99% of other people on the platform because there are so many people.
yeah,
I don't think it like it's hard to realize too because obviously we all know the person who has like 1 or 2 views or like never
hmm
gets past that or a couple people like that. But even like in the recommended, like when have you ever been recommended somebody with less than 5 views?
There is a category for it, but usually it's the people that have more. Like, there's a category that's like, oh, smaller streamers that you can check out.
Oh, I guess there's.
But
So I use mobile, and mobile that's really hard to get to actually. Like, it's literally
oh
like
yeah, mobile you don't get that. Nope,
there's
it's
just
only
like
PC.
the way when I think of recommended, I don't think of like recommended in the different categories. I literally think of like they go, here's your 5 recommendations, like the front page ones that like streamers you might
Hmm.
like like you click on Twitch, oh recommended, who are these people like
Right.
the Twitch? What does Twitch recommend for Zillshot right now? So like for Twitch,
Hmm.
recommended people. If I can go back to Twitch, I'm failing so bad. I thought this would be quick, and now I broke the whole shit. What even happened here?
Oh,
So there we go. Recommended
mhm.
streamers. We got Aquana, we got Persephone Demeter, we got Miss Kelly. Yes.
Is that the
Why
live
is
channels
that?
that you think you will like? I have someone right now that's 117K viewers. XQC, the biggest streamer on Twitch. The second one is actually a Kingdom Hearts one, 65. The next one's 31,000. The next one's 67, and then another one's 523.
Yeah,
I'm getting a mixed bag around here.
I think that's definitely a difficult part of like not very discoverable. You got to make your own discoverability, or just ignore it. And for you and for other people, like Twitch is your job, right? Well, sort of right now.
Hmm.
And you want it to be your job one day. You want to grow.
Very much.
I think
Hmm.
obviously you want to have fun, but your main
Yeah.
goal in streaming, your end goal, I guess,
Yeah.
is to make it big, to at least make a living off of it, right?
Correct. A lot of people say like when you're watching those Twitch advice videos, like, oh, how to get big on Twitch and how you know you're gonna be successful. It says don't go into it thinking you want to make a lot of money and stuff like that, or like you want to be successful and like that. And I feel like that's not inherently bad. Like if you want to make that your career, why is it bad to want yourself to be
So
successful?
this is
I feel
so.
like,
Oh man, so this is actually later in the video. Um,
mm-hmm.
So you watch like the tip videos, right?
Yeah, I
And
don't watch them as much as anymore, but
yeah,
like
now
every
they.
so often I watch
I
them
mean,
again.
there's only so much of that you can consume before you're just like. But doesn't it ever
Yeah.
feel when you're watching a lot of these, because a lot of them will be bigger streamers,
Mm,
like some of them are very specific streamers, like Alpha Gaming, who does his tips and stuff, and yeah,
yeah. Yep.
Ludwig did something recently. You got
I saw
even
that.
the smaller streamers that'll give you advice and stuff, right? Um,
Hmm.
does it ever feel like they're just completely either they're bullshitting 100% or they're just completely out of touch with the everyday of streaming people?
I felt like they're a bunch of and they're just looking through hindsight. So like it, and because to be fair, a lot of them it did take a decent chunk of time for them to get big in the first place. Like some streamed for like 6 years before they blew up on Twitch, but 6 years ago was a whole different time. The way you get big on Twitch is not how it's saying it is even just a year ago, maybe not even 6 months ago. Like it can be completely different. So really, any advice that they get is pretty much not going to be right. It's pretty much set to how they got big during their time era.
And I think it's
So,
like a mixed bag of like it sounds like the thing you should tell people, right? Like
mm,
I feel like you know it's obviously unrealistic to think like within a year, two, three, that you're going to beat any size. There's literally no guarantee.
yeah,
But I think that a lot of the whole "oh, just stream to have fun" advice can be. It's really good for actually. Okay, so maybe there's actually for most people, it's probably good, right? I would
mhm,
say for 90% of people, they probably should just like back off and just like because it stresses you out, right? Like doesn't
yeah.
growing or getting like a little bit bigger and then coming back down like that's stressful, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like even if you're going in there for fun, you kind of like if you're streaming for fun, then one day you end up like with 30 viewers and stuff like that, and then the next day you go back down to like 7. Like even if you're going for fun, I feel like that kind of sits in your head a little bit. Like, okay, why
I
this
think
day
there's
I
yeah, I think
30?
there's like the levels. There's like levels of it too. So if you have like the
Yeah,
one random day where you get like 20 or 30 people, but then sometimes there's like the streams in a row, like you get 5 or 6 good ones in a row, and
right.
those are and then you drop back down. And those are really even harder if you ask me. Like I've had my
Yeah.
moments where we get cool God of War streams and Zell's doing awesome, and then we don't do God of War anymore, and Zell's just like, why doesn't anybody like me?
Yeah, even I've had that, and I'm not as big, but like I even had those weeks, those like days and stuff like that, and it's
So
very hard.
everything being said, though, what is the biggest you would want to be on Twitch? Is there like a
Like
limit,
what
like a
size I'd be
cap?
comfortable with.
Hmm?
I mean, I like what size I'd be like content with.
Yeah, like what? Well, not content. No, you can do both. You can say what would you be content with, and then what's your like dream for? How about that? Do both.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I would take it all. Like be like one of those as I was saying, the dude with 117,000 viewers. Like that would be cool. Like there's like 117,000 people watching me just play video games. We're just having a cool time. Always someone to play with. Um, you get I can use like the money that they happen to be giving me, and I can spread that and pay that forward to them. I feel like that would be really cool. As far of being like content would be like if I don't go past 1,000 viewers, I wouldn't be the worst in the world. It'd probably be in my back of my head, like, why am I stuck at this level? But like, I wouldn't be devastated if I never came back to that. I feel like that's a lot of people, and that's like you can do a lot with that, even at that size.
What is the best stream you've ever had?
It's kind of a toss up between two. I would say in my birthday stream back in January, everyone was just so kind and giving, and there was like a lot of people that maybe have not watched my stream in a few months that made their way to come in, help support me. We got to play like a lot of cool games, and like there was like a ton of people there, like probably like the highest average I had without a raid, um, and it was really cool. And then, but like, and I really love that stream. That's like one that's close to my heart. I appreciate everyone that was able to attend. And then there was the my first It Takes Two stream with a fellow content creator Knox Smash that I just met recently. Um, like I said, like that game really shocked me. Like I didn't expect it to be so good, and the person I was playing with was very very good company. I feel like we had a good dynamic, and it was really fun playing with them. And I really loved that stream. So I would say between those two.
What is the worst stream you've ever had? You don't mind sharing. You don't have to. Like,
Oh, of course I will.
of course I will.
I mean, um, I would say, I can't remember particularly a specific stream, but I can just think of like a set of streams. Like we were talking about, like when you go off a nice high, like when you had a lot of good streams recently, and then there's just like no one that comes by. Like I noticed a few streams where like there's people that used to watch me like almost like every day or so, and then they haven't come back, and it's not like necessarily like they don't necessarily have time for your stream or anything like that. Like I've seen those people in other communities that we're also mutually a part of, and they just haven't come back. So those type of streams kind of hurt. You're like, am I doing something wrong? Did it just Is it really true they don't happen to have enough time? They don't not like the games that I'm currently playing. Like it's just like other things go in your head.
I have like this like every other month stream that happens. Like literally once every 2 months, there is like the epitome of shit streams where it's just
Right.
like 5 people drop off the face of the earth and you'll never see them again. And then and then everybody I know who comes by that's like on a regular is just busy. And then something else will happen wrong, and then it's just like, oh my god, this stream, this one single stream is just trying to kill me. It like they definitely happen where they're just like, and it even if it's just one stream or every once in a while, it's hard. I think it is. I think that I mean it's probably like a spoiled thing for me, like used to having people in here being chatty and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
difficult when you're not supposed to you're a content creator, you're not supposed to just base your stream and everything off of everybody being here, right? But it's so hard not to. It's very hard not to be like, okay, well, just nobody's here to hang out and talk, like literally nobody's gonna say hi. It's like
Yeah, because like one day, like they might be super talkative, always, interacting, want to, see how your day is, and then the next day, like either they are still there, but they don't say anything, and then they just never start talking again. You're just like, what happened?
they're also like, I don't give a fuck how your day was today.
Yeah, screw you, man. I'm only here for the game, not you, streamer. So yeah, those days are.
What are your goals currently for streaming?
So I have, like I said, I have a lot of cool ideas. Like I'm a big idea guy, just not bad at executing them. But a lot of my ideas are kind of go too big. Like I would need like a good viewer base to even do them. Like for one idea, I wanted to do like bring out a bunch of streamers and from like all different sizes of communities, and then I would have them choose like some of their favorite, quote unquote favorite viewers or like mods and stuff like that. Bring them out, and we have like this big competition game thing where they can win a lot of money for their community or to use it for something else. I thought that would be a really cool stream, but obviously I can't do that at like 5-6 viewers.
Yeah, that might be a little bit. That might be a little bit out of your reach right now.
Yeah. So
how about your goals that are a little bit closer to home right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a lot of short-term goals. I actually been trying to work on that. I've just been trying to reflect recently, actually, trying to figure out what kind of things can I do for like cool ideas. Like I want to do like a cooking stream. I thought that would be really cool. I go for actually I collect like pins, not like writing pins, but like those pins like you can stick on your shirt and stuff like that. I want to do a stream where you like put these cool pin boards in there. I actually had another cool idea where I can do like a book club stream where we could like we have like a book that we try to read for the week, and everyone brings their book along and then we all read and thing. I was like, but I don't know if people would be interested in that. I don't know. There's not going to be a lot of people for that. So really, my goal would be is to really just get to a nice viewer average. Maybe like at least try to shoot for 20 for right now, like a nice 20 viewer average. But like a consistent amount. Like that's like my bottom line. Like if I'm having a bad day, it'll be 20, and then the good days would be like I don't know, like 30, 40. I don't know. But yeah, that's basic what I want. Another goal I want is to fix up my stream a little bit. Like, I'm trying to save up money in order to buy like an actual custom stream overlay. I haven't told that on my stream yet, but I didn't want to spoil it for them. But I'll tell you here, give you a little exclusive, good old Zilshot. But yeah, I want to
The
like
world
cool
will know
transition.
now. This is going on YouTube, and we'll get at least 10 views.
I can't wait. But yeah, I want some like cool transitions, very personalized. That's why, as you can see, like on below of my camera, like I commissioned a nice logo. I have a nice mascot that I want to turn into like cool, like plushies, even a cartoon one day. But I have all these big ideas, but I need to kind of tone them down for the type of size that I
I
am
think
right now.
I
But
think there's two things I take away from this in general. First
mhm,
off, I actually have the same. I have somebody working on overlays. They're doing logo
mhm,
panel overlays, alerts, everything like the whole
mhm.
shebang. I have somebody doing
Ooh,
that too on my stream. I'm not
nice.
rushing them or anything. We got our cool
Mhm.
stuff. Like we got the gaming guide from Rebecca. She was awesome. She did that quickly, but
That
obviously
is a
for something
really
like
good
that,
one.
it's gonna
Yeah.
take a little while. But recently for me, and I don't know if this should help you, I've been looking into the idea of SMART goals, which are basically
Right.
just goals that you control completely. So, and this has always been me. What you said, by the way, I remember when I did the podcast. Still, like
Right.
it's what I say. Like I want, you know what my goals are? I want 20 average viewers. Okay, that's actually like a
Hmm.
literal like numbers goal, but like goals you can do that you can do yourself. For instance, like if you want to do a cooking stream, right? That's a
Hmm.
SMART goal. Set a time but that you want to do it by, and then like you can act on that, and then the only thing in your way would be you. If you want to do a book
Hmm.
club once a week, once every other week, or whatever, you know pick a book. I would assume sci-fi, fantasy, or whatever, but or whatever you want to do. Pick a book and
Hmm.
then do the book club. So that's something like you could
Just to test it out.
control. Yeah, I mean, just things that you can control that aren't because there's so many things that you can't control. You can't
Yeah.
control who's available all the time. You can't control how many views you're going to have, but the things you can control are things that you do and that you can act upon. So I think that's always a good piece of advice for anybody is to just try to take a couple goals. First off, I still like I'm bad because I hear this and I understand this and I still like the other goals. I'm just like, yeah, but I still like my other goals. You know, my whole like I'm gonna be a partner one day. I'm gonna still
Hmm.
keep that goal. I'm gonna just be quiet about that goal, even in my own head. I'll just put it over back here and stuff.
Hmm. Lock it in the pocket.
What is the best part about streaming, Spacely? What do you think the absolute best part about streaming is?
That I can pretty much just play really just any game really, and have a good time. Um, and at the very least, I know like there's gonna be a couple people watching, sharing my experience. I know that I'll have always someone to talk to. I feel like that is an amazing thing, and you just have the flexibility of choosing all these cool things. Like sure, like a lot of things will get you banned on Twitch, but you can do all these cool little things. You can do like these little cute little cooking streams, these book streams, and hot
And
tub
hot tub
streams,
streams won't
and
get
you
you
can
banned.
yeah.
Same
So
time on
I
that
can
one.
do it.
Totally
Exactly,
won't get you
yeah.
banned, so why not, right? Right?
Yeah, why not? I can do all these time cool things. It's really flexible. You don't have to stick strictly to games or anything like that. If you want to branch out, you can do that. And I feel like you can just really just show your creative mind on Twitch and YouTube and things like of the sort.
I think in a lot of ways, Twitch I'm not a very creative person, but it's helped me find some more creativity that I usually wouldn't do. Like even just
Right.
overlays and stuff. Like the podcast idea. Like that's like a whole like branch out from the gaming that I always do on here, and I think it's really well. I think
Hmm.
that as far as production value for a lot of it, it's a little bit higher. I did extra work on the overlays, and I have to
Hmm.
brief somebody before. Not it's not like heavy briefing, obviously. I just hey, here's the couple of things you need to know before you come on the podcast.
Good luck here.
Good luck here. I mean, I will say that my goal for the podcast though is to be as genuine as possible, which is why I'm not sending you a list of questions. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not looking for somebody who I even have problems with this. I noticed the other day when I'm reading questions off of my list of questions, it makes it like a
Hmm.
little bit weird, and I do like little speech errors that I usually wouldn't do. But I want, you know, they're not like I try not to ask crazy questions. Like some of them are easy,
Right.
like what's your favorite game? Some of them are harder, like this next question.
Oh my
What is the worst
God.
part about streaming, Spacely?
The worst part. Um. Well, it's kind of similar like to a lot of content creation that you will do, but like essentially like you can put all this time, effort, your heart and soul into something, and it can go nowhere. Like even if you have a really cool creative idea, and then it can go nowhere, and then someone could do like pretty much the exact same thing you're doing, and then they blow up from it. It's kind of just disheartening.
Oh god, it's so true though. Like
Yeah.
I remember a streamer we were talking like Chili did the marbles, right?
Yeah.
And I had seen the marbles forever ago, over a year ago when I started streaming. I saw somebody do it, but it like never hit on in the communities I was a part of. Chili does the marbles, and then I'm over here like, yo, I'm gonna do marbles too. This is a great idea. And then everybody's just like, I'm a marbles, and then Chili's just like, bro, I started that shit. Where the fuck's my love from all the marbles? I never got no 30 marble views, and I'm just like, oh man, like I love you, Chili.
Yeah. Love you, 3000. Love you. Yeah, it's just kind of hard
I feel like
doing.
that's a very insightful answer though. How like
Mhm.
it's very true though. Like you can definitely somebody can do the same exact thing you do, and
Mhm.
it happens all the time. Where
Yeah.
you feel like you can feel like, and you're not supposed to base your experiences off other people. Bullshit. Like you're gonna do it. You're
Mhm.
human. So as much as you can try to put it in the back of your mind and ignore it as much as possible, seeing somebody do exactly what you do, even sometimes with the games, and do so
Yeah,
much better, it's fucking it ain't easy.
for sure. Like say for instance, you're both speed running a game, the exact same game. Pretty much your stream's pretty similar, and then one person just has like 100 viewers, and you're at 3 viewers, and it's like, well, why we're doing the exact same thing? What's going on here? I thought I thought I'm pretty good. They're pretty good. We're doing the same thing, skill level, but what's going on?
All right, so right now we're gonna transition. We're gonna do the audience questions. So if anybody has
Okay.
audience questions to add, everybody can do three. Feel free to fill up the queue. But we'll start doing the audience questions, and then we will finish with some of the bangers I got. I hope they're bangers. If they're not bangers, this is gonna be sad because I separated this on my paper and everything. So the bangers we have for the ending. So
Hmm.
the most important audience questions will come first. They're the classics, I guess.
Yes, bring
What's
it
the best
on.
kind of
I'm ready.
cheese?
I don't like cheese. Nacho cheese? Uh, okay. Wait. There's a reason for this. All right, before you say anything. Oh no, before you say this, there's a reason for this. When I was a kid, I ate so much cheese and string cheese. Like I would just eat those, like those Kraft single slices things. I would just open them up and just eat them. I ate them so often that I just pretty much hate cheese like that. I
You
don't
know
mind
that
it on
that's not real
pizza and
cheese,
stuff like that.
right? I don't want to like interject too hardcore, but you're aware
Uh,
that American cheese is like the only kind of cheese that isn't real cheese. It's like soy and
well,
stuff. It's not actually cheese.
well, you see. What about string cheese? Is that real cheese?
If it's mozzarella, probably. But
Yeah, so yeah, I had that. I don't mind it on pizza and things that are like mint. Like you can't have the dish without having it. like when it's naturally in there. But like if it was on a burger, I would decide not to have it. But like I don't mind on pizza. Nachos are cool.
I mean, yeah, pizza is literally the best food ever. You already said that.
Yeah, exactly. But and that has cheese on it, so I like kind of cheese, but I also pretty much
Your
don't like it.
favorite cheese is pizza cheese. Can we say that? Is that a thing? Is pizza cheese a thing? That's true.
I
Is
think
this true?
I think it's kind of like mozzarella. I think it's kind of mozzarella, right? Or like I don't
Just
know.
pizza. You know, your favorite's just pizza cheese. You made a new
Well, I
kind of
mean, I
cheese.
didn't
Congratulations. I don't even know what
easy.
happened
See,
here today. I guess it's time to end the show.
only Spacely can make a cheese question so in depth.
Listen, there was one. So I remember Joey's podcast.
Yeah,
I asked
yeah.
him a question about pretzels. It was just supposed to be stupid, and I put it in the wrong
Oh
spot.
yeah.
And dude went ham. He went so hard on the fucking pretzel question. He just like starts going over, and then I'm just like, nope.
So really?
It was supposed to be a yes or no question. It was actually literally supposed to be the same thing as like the whole like what cheese is, like a trollish question, but at the same time. All right. So the next question we have then is where do babies come from? Captain Jesse wants to know where babies come from.
Well, when Mama Bee and Papa Bird get together and they get jiggy with it, there's gonna be some magic going on. Now, you might not want to be there for it. If you're an observer, you might find a little bit of freaky. So let your little mama and papa let them do that by themselves. But I think it'll be a good time for you to try it for yourself if you're ready. If you're ready.
What kind of jiggy do they get with it? Is it like Will Smith's jiggy with it, or is it a different kind of jiggy with it?
Oh, there's all types of moves. All
With the
types of
na
moves.
na 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 na.
Uh-huh. You'll get it. One day, if you're into that type of thing.
That's the best answer ever. Worst and best. Worst and best. My curious George would like to know, what is it that makes a game fun or not fun to you? Also, feeling that question.
But I think it's kind of changed over time. Before, when I was younger, I didn't really know what was going on. I was just kind of playing the game. I was like, wow, this is cool. I like this. This is a cool little story. I like the gameplay. Nowadays, I pretty much know kind of what I'm into. So I don't, like, whenever I buy a game, I'm almost pretty much guaranteed to like it going in. So I'm pretty much into flashy type games like Kingdom Hearts or Devil May Cry and stuff like that. I have like a lot of cool combos and things like that. So I know if it has something like that, I'll probably enjoy it, even if it's not even the best game. And I know if it has like a cool, decent story, a little relatable, you can kind of put yourself in that character's shoes, or you can at least feel like you're a part of that character's group by playing the game. You'll enjoy it. So those are the type of things that I'm into.
My brain.
Also, that gamer god, really well drawn from Rebecca. She did an amazing job.
Really, exactly right. Gaming God, best question. Sorry, best idea ever. It's not on the podcast for a specific reason. I just didn't think it fit in. I like it, and like I get like I could try to like. It's just this is supposed to be like real down to earth, so like. I don't want to like come in with a gaming god and everything. That was only for the first episode. I realize it's fun, but I don't know.
Yeah. I know that was a hard pivot from but I thought about that when you first initially brought it up, and I meant to say it then, but we got
no. It was a good pivot though. People deserve recognition for their hard work. Speaking of Rebecca, Rebecca would like to know, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
The good old classic 5 years question. I'm hoping I'm successful on Twitch by then and YouTube and things. If I'm not there, and I'm gonna be very demoralized by that point. I'm gonna be crying. But I see myself at a good position, probably maybe close to the state that I wanted to do all those cool big ideas that I've had. Hopefully I'm at that point by then. And a big goal is Me and my mom, we've been living in a 1 bedroom apartment for all my life. She's been living in there a little bit longer. Like I'm 24. We lived in the same place, 24 years, 1 bedroom apartment. I would love to be able to get to the point where I can buy a home, for us, with the money that I make from streaming and content creation in general. And let's see, learning how to drive. Still don't know how to drive. I should learn how to do that. Probably will know how to cook, maybe at least a little something more than top ramen. That'll be handy. Maybe getting the basis of my game started. Maybe getting into the works of that. And
Damn, you were gonna do
oh
a lot in 5 years. It's a good
yeah,
answer, by the way. It's a really good. Listen, so I feel like the first thing you started with too.
mhm,
First thing you started with is like obviously you grow and you're big and you're making money first, and then you can do all those
mhm.
other things you want to do with that money. So in 3 years, you have to be big enough to start funding some of these projects.
Correct. I would also like a nice girlfriend, a nice partner. That'd be nice. I would like that.
Life hashtag life goals, hashtag girlfriend, hashtag where do babies come from?
I, I got to get there one day. I got to answer my own question.
Rihanna would like to know: has there ever been a time when you thought streaming was not for you?
Oh, not for me. No. I know it's for me. It's just pretty much a matter of time. There's definitely been times where I'm like, maybe this is not the time that I should be trying to pursue streaming. Like I'm going to do this 100%, but maybe this is not the time to go for it. Those are the days where I just want to just not stream that day. But overall, I know that I'm meant to be doing some type of content creation, and streaming, I imagine, will be a part of it.
I wish I was that confident about my content creation that I was like, I know it's for me. I know, like, I'm like, I feel like everybody could use a dose of that confidence, actually, in a good way, in a very good way. Because
Yeah,
there have
I just
been
know
moments
like
for sure where I have just been like, and I know a lot of people tell me there's no reason to feel like that, but there have been moments for sure where I've just been like, 14 average views, gonna pack my bag up and go home.
yeah, I know. I know for sure. Like I know myself. Like if I don't know anybody else, I know myself, and I feel like I can do this, and I know I want this to happen. So if I put enough time, effort, and stuff like that, I don't feel like I'm putting in max effort. I don't feel like I'm doing everything that I could be doing. But I know if I fully apply myself, I could probably get somewhere. And that's why, the people I met along the way, like a lot of people from the Midnight Society and other few streamers. Like I see you guys' personality, like how much you care about streaming and stuff like that. Like I have no doubts in my mind that I feel like you guys will make it somewhere. And even if you somehow don't, I would make it my and then I become big. I would make it my personal mission, uh to at least get you a higher point. Like try to get you raised, shout
Hype
you
these
all the time
motherfuckers
and stuff like
up.
that.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Midnight Society, rise and shine.
because after having such a shitty dad, um I've noticed that I'm more so of a chosen family type of person. Like if I really like you, you will become a part of my family, and I don't see it as me just trying to help the little guy or anything like that, or like I'm just trying to flaunt my big boy streamerness, and I'm just like, oh, let me helping this little streamer. I don't imagine myself doing that. I just want to genuinely just want to help people that I like. I like you guys, so if I be big, I want to see you guys be big. Of course, I know just rating someone's not gonna instantly turn them big overnight. Sure, it happens for some people, but
Gotta get
I
him
know
on
it's
your
gonna be a process.
podcast. It'll grow. It'll be
Yeah.
huge, huge. Get him on that podcast. It'll go great. One day, people will be searching through that YouTube's, and
Mhm.
the 80th episode of the podcast will take off a year and a half from now, and then everybody will go back and watch all the podcasts that happened before, right? Which is the one
Exactly.
thing.
Agent
That's the
X.
one thing about YouTube that isn't on Twitch though, is like the permanence of content that isn't the same.
Yeah,
Like
very much so.
especially with some of the stuff going on. That's a question for him in a minute. Right now,
Mhm.
Brianna would like to know if you would like to explain how sleep works again. He may or may not
Oh
have
my
posted a
god.
clip in the chat that I have no ability
Gosh,
to click
golly.
on it right now, but could you please explain how sleep works?
Well, I explained this a little bit on my stream, but I'll let you guys know for all of those people that like to stay up until like 4 or 5 a.m., you naughty little stay uppers. But let me teach you how sleep works. So
Stay
essentially, what sleep
uppers.
is yes, you
Okay,
find
okay,
yourself
okay.
a
Keep
nice
going.
place, a nice place to sleep. So maybe you can get yourself a nice bed or a nice mat, or you maybe you can just sleep while standing up. So what you got to do is you close your eyes for a good maybe around 7 to 8 hours, and sometimes if you're really lucky, you might pass out during that 7 to 8 hours, and you can just skip the 7 to 8 hours altogether, and that is what is called sleep. So just keep closing your eyes. Maybe you'll pass out, and then you'll get that nice reassurance that you wanted, and you'll feel nice, healthy, and good for a nice, productive day. Yep. 7 hours later.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How was your sleep? Did you enjoy it? You feel
It
refreshed?
wasn't the big sleep, now was it?
Yeah, you didn't hold it for long enough. Remember, you need to do it 7 to 8 hours
7
straight.
hours worth of just shutting the fuck up and shutting your eyes. It'll
Exactly.
happen eventually, I'm telling you. You're just not doing it right. Okay, finally, Bree would like to know if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Japan, for sure. Big, huge anime fan. My favorite game series was made in Japan. They have a lot of cool events related to Kingdom Hearts, a lot of cool anime merchandise, and cool things. I heard they have a lot of actually really good food in Japan. Very interested in trying that. Interesting culture. Um, and I feel like it'd just be a amazing time. I can't imagine. There's a bunch of places I want to like. I have a top three, but like if I had to choose just one, it would definitely be Japan.
Ramen. 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 I want some ramen.
Yeah, I want some authentic ramen. I mean, I've had some close to it, but I want to see exactly how it's supposed to be.
They have ramen shops where you live?
Yes, they actually do. There's like a Japan town somewhere in my area, so
I'm
they
sad.
try.
I don't have no ramen where I live. All
That.
right. Audience questions are closed. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Audience questions are closed. I'll cry
No
about the
more.
ramen later. Um,
No.
damn it. I wanted to remember something for you and I forgot. It was something you were saying. Um, Twitch controversies, right? You said something a little bit ago that I can't think of right now. But what's the
Something.
biggest Twitch controversy that resonated with you or you feel like really mattered as far as your content goes? Or just like I mean, it's matter to you as a person. It doesn't actually. I guess like mine is like the slash me. They got rid of it. I'm fucking done with this shit. You know what I'm saying? What's yours?
Oh. Um, I feel like that whole DMCA thing is. I mean, I know it's kind of out of Twitch's control, but if they took the proper measures ahead of time, it wouldn't be such a big thing that it is now. I mean, YouTube's already been dealing with that, and it's kind of sad. To be honest, those stupid money hungry music companies, they're not fighting for the creator that made the music, because you can see like on Twitter and stuff like that, a lot of those creators say, "Go ahead, use my music." It's more so just the companies that are
You
just
know, it's the
trying to,
record labels. It's the record labels
yeah.
and the people who, because a lot of people don't know it, but the artists in most cases don't own the majority of their music. They get it. They go through the record company, and the record company owns the rights to the distribution of the music,
Mm-hmm.
which is like and it's just I don't know. Sometimes it's sad. Like I had some Futurama alerts. Did you
Hmm.
remove any sounds from your stream because of this?
Yeah,
Other
there was
than
a few
civil and
songs.
clean.
Yeah, I can't even I can't play that without my VOD getting muted, which is crazy. It's a part of the game, but it's so stupid. Like it was getting to the point where Twitch, instead of trying to actually fix the situation, they were giving you measures to prevent their own mistakes in the first place. They were saying, "Well, you might get to the point where you can't play your games with sounds on because your music could be subject to copyright. Because technically, all those video game songs that are in your, even just metal melodies, video game companies could, in their right, copyright them at any point in time, and you really wouldn't be able to do it. It's just lucky that the gaming companies typically love their consumers, but the music company, on the other hand, they don't care. Like, there's this big thing on YouTube called fair use. So you're welcome to use like different clips and things like that. And if they fall into fair use, like you're transforming the content enough, you're able to use those in your videos. But of course, what's the one thing, even with fair use, you can't usually use, and that's music. Even if you're not,
That's
it's not like
that's
you're
what I was just thinking
up.
of when you were saying it. Like, so, like reaction videos and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
had one before where it was like it's a thing. Like, watch a YouTube video and it got muted for whatever reason, even though it was clearly like me reacting to the video. And I know a bunch of large streamers do it, and like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes with they're so harsh about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they come in with the DMCA's and start banning people. So even like something like that, I feel like is like, especially if it's a smaller streamer, like you don't have any means to like fight. Like, okay, fucking Doctor Disrespect gets banned, he's just gonna stream on YouTube, whatever. Like it doesn't matter to him. But if you're below like a certain threshold of streamer, like you don't have the sway, the clout, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to just take your
Mm-hmm.
shit and go elsewhere. So, and as far as the whole fair use thing you're talking about goes,
Mm-hmm.
that's where the reaction clips come in. They're supposed to be good because fair use and then blah, and I'm sure there's rules and
Yep.
stuff. But even with all they're doing is like checking your VODs for stuff, so it can be very difficult. Like as I said, I was very surprised when I played through the one VOD and they muted. It was called like Perganinit or something. It was people misspelling
Oh,
shit
I know.
on Yahoo Answers.
I was there
Hilarious,
for that.
dude! I
I was
died.
actually
I died, and the second time I played it through, it got
Mhm.
muted on my VOD. I just thought that was really weird.
Really.
Yeah, not the first time though, just the second time.
Funny enough, like crazy enough, like I uploaded my Undertale playthrough on YouTube, right? And I get to a certain point in the game, and there's like just just background music that's just naturally in the game. I'm reading the text and stuff like that, playing the game naturally, and then the music company uh, claims my video and it puts a copyright strike on it, and I'm just like, wait, what?
And you
And
too.
and yeah, and even stranger is I've that same song that played in a different video, but they didn't claim that, and I went to go refute that thing, and they said no, we're gonna still copyright this. And I even told them like you didn't even do it on this video. Why are you doing it on this one? And it's not like I'm just not speaking. I'm just letting the song play. It's just, I'm just playing it how I normally did, and they claim it. I just don't understand
I
what
think
what the
I
hell.
think the thing was is how like broad reaching the issue has been, where like you're on eggshells with a lot of your content ideas for silly reasons. Like I know a lot of IRL streams people won't do them or took them down or people got in trouble for them because of the music stuff and shit
Mhm.
like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
What are your feelings on ads on Twitch?
The well, I mean, Twitch got to make their money somehow. So the ones that play before the stream, not too bad. Okay, I can sacrifice for that one. But the ones that just randomly play throughout the stream is just actually so dumb. Like you can have this really hype moment. Oh, sorry, ad, and then it just kind of just screws over every viewer that can't afford a sub, and just kind of alienates them. It's so actually dumb. And then me, someone that gets errors all the time, right? Like Twitch even had the decency to add this feature where I can just click one button and then it automatically refreshes it. But they had the indecency to, if I click that button, I can still potentially get an ad. So it's just like, okay, dude,
I
this is
think that
ridiculous.
I think that it's like a cultural thing on Twitch where like ads are bad and people don't want to sit through them. I definitely think that like I wouldn't mind being able to use them without having issues because I always had the idea like I had the ad timer thing and I still do it sometimes when I use. Like, I'll just
Yeah, I'll
pause
do
my
that too. Yeah.
show, right? But it takes
Mhm.
more than just a little streamer to do that, to really that's not gonna change the Twitch culture at all. And it's funny too because then you have people like Tyler One and other big streamers who just run ads whenever the fuck they want. And it just doesn't matter at all. It's like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do that as a joke even sometimes, and the viewers actually kind of want them to do that, which is kind of funny.
what are you trying? And we know you touched on this a little bit earlier, so we don't have anything else to add. But what are you trying to improve on in your streams?
Oh, yeah. So like the overlays and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um, Probably maybe the camera quality a little bit. I bought a camera for YouTube to create like skits and do things like that. Haven't really utilized it that much because I've been honestly too lazy in order to do that. Talking about that uncontrollable laziness that I have, so I could probably just hook that up into the thing, and I could already fix that one problem. Don't know why I haven't done that. Also, I wanted some cool effects, like I forgot what it's called, like trigger fire, where you can like have special things play on the screen when I push the button. Really utilize my Stream Deck. I feel like I haven't fully utilized it as much as I could.
how many buttons do you have on
So
your Stream Deck?
I think it's the, let's see, 15. Yeah, the 15
How
one.
many are in use?
7.
Yeah. There, you're right. You can definitely do that. I think that I no. So personally, I actually this is one of the things that I want to improve on too. I want to. So I've got the XL, and then you can do folders and stuff.
Hmm.
I want to make like a better Stream Deck. Like even though I have mine and I have all but 2 buttons taken currently, I want to make it
Right.
better. I want to make it more streamlined. I want to add more stuff to it, etc. Stuff like that.
Because you can get
Um,
super crazy with it, like because it has a multi-layer function, so I can push one button and it does like multiple actions in one. And I probably have the means to do it. This just takes the work in order to
yeah,
do
it's
it.
literally just and for honestly, so the Stream Deck takes a lot of the difficulty out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's I thought it was almost insanely easy to do. I don't know what your thoughts on the matter was, but programming any of this stuff, it
Mm-hmm.
would be insane. It'd be really hard. But putting them on the Stream Deck is literally like a drag and drop,
Mm-hmm.
and which I find very useful. There's like certain things like those these things that I keep accidentally playing all the time. Those
That actually.
are actually a little bit difficult to do and to move on to the Stream Deck, but for the most part, I think it's very helpful. How about anything personal on your streams that you would like to work on? Like you. Is there anything about for you that you would like to work on?
Hmm. I feel well with my streams, you pretty much get exactly who I am in real life. The only difference really is like
Based
if
cadet.
a really yeah, if a really pog moment happened, I wouldn't naturally in life be like, "Oh, this is sick." But I might be thinking in my head. But now on Twitch, I have to think about, okay, maybe I should actually say what I'm thinking in my head out loud. So I wouldn't change so much. I mean,
No.
I would probably just make myself do the changes that I just spoke about because I'm very lazy in that effect. But
Just like
yeah,
me,
I
I
don't know.
think what you're saying though is like work on your reactions a little bit. If something super exciting happens, be like, ah. Well, I mean,
Mm,
without
like they're
overselling,
not
and you don't have
fake.
to sound like a
Yeah,
pterodactyl.
yeah, they're not faked. It's just like I wouldn't
No,
just
yeah,
naturally say that out loud.
you're
I don't
just
think
not
anyone would
naturally
naturally.
like you're not the pop off guy. You don't pop off when stuff happens.
Yeah, like given my personality, you would think I do, but it's just a pop off of my head. I don't really pop off in actual life. I've done it a couple of times. I noticed myself doing it. Like when moments happen in Kingdom Hearts, I'm like, "Wow, this really happened!" I say out loud, like looking to the next person, like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "There's no one sitting next to me,"
You
but I
see this
still,
shit happen?
it's like, "Yo,
You
that's
see this guy
crazy!" But
over here?
no, exactly. But I don't. I wouldn't naturally do that.
If you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice when you started streaming, what is the one piece of advice you would give yourself that you would find helpful?
Um, it seems like on Twitch, you really the kind of ways you kind of get big nowadays is by knowing other people. I feel like it would have been a decent strategy for me to actually just like spend tons of time going into personal relationships and learning, meeting a lot of new people, integrating in their communities, and technically prospering for it. You're not going in there specifically to yoink their viewers or anything like that, but like genuinely just making some cool connections, and maybe in return someone raised you one day because of how cool you were in their community, and then you vice versa for you. I feel like that would be a great thing that I wish I started from the very beginning, because a lot of people, so there's like some people that get a good start off. They have like a lot of friends in life that join in on the streams, and then it gets them a good boost. They start off like with five people average right off the bat because they know a couple people in life. I don't really have that luxury. My best friend doesn't even really watch my streams consistently. Just comes in there to troll me one good time and then leaves. So I don't even really have. And then so yeah, I wish I just focused on more personal relationships and stuff, and making a lot of connections and stuff like that.
I think that, yeah, my friends don't come in very often. They come when they want to. They come when, but not all the time. They're not like, I'm definitely not the guy either who started with like 7 people in my chat who just knew me, who were there, and then continue to be there.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice you would give yourself right now? Because obviously
Like what I have to do right now.
yeah, so you know about the connections thing, right? Well, how about right now? Is there anything you would tell yourself right now that you think would help, or not really?
Let me think just a tad bit. I mean, I feel like I don't really know if this would necessarily help. Like I was talking about, like adding all the cool, crazy transitions and have the cool streaming overlay. Like I don't know if that's gonna necessarily bring people in. It might maybe keep people there, but like I feel like that would be a good thing to really just try to solidly work on right then and there. And instead of putting off all those smaller ideas, like I said, like doing these cooking streams, because like I said, I have a camera, I can do it right here and now. But I've been putting it off because I feel like that might be too much work. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't have a laptop really, but I should probably just implement those ideas, trial and error type of thing, stuff like that.
What is coming up in your streams that we should be excited about, Spacely?
I would say I have my anniversary stream happening in, I believe, June 27th. I think it's on a Sunday. So we're gonna be doing. It's more so celebration of the community, more so of myself and my streaming adventure. I'm gonna be giving away a lot of cool games. I have like over 200 games to give away. I need to situate that some more. We're gonna be doing like a lot of cool things. Like Lily, the person that actually just came into your chat right now, funny enough, um, she's gathering around some of our clips throughout the year, and we're gonna like live react to our clips over the year. I feel like that'll be like a nice little cute thing that we can do. I planned on doing like a Jeopardy type thing, a Jeopardy type style thing where it's like a Jeopardy based off of me and our streams. So for the people that have been there for a long time, it celebrates them. If they, go through and answer all the questions, whoever has the most points will get like a bunch of cool free games and stuff like that. So I have a lot of cool ideas that I want to do for the stream anniversary, and that we will actually be doing. So that's an event that's coming up soon, ish.
Have you ever had an idea or a piece of content that you worked on? I've had this happen once before where I worked on something really hard, actually. Came up with an idea, made a schedule. Have you ever had something like that happen and then it just fucking
I wouldn't say I have, because, like I said, I've been too lazy to even try my ideas truly. But I would say maybe the YouTube actually initially, because there's like on my channel, if you scroll down enough, you'll get to like me when I uploaded Ghost of Tsushima and Marvel's Avengers. Like I could have, I mean, I didn't put a lot of quote unquote time into it, but I was like kind of trying to delve into editing for the first time, and I kind of just put it out there and hope for the best. And I was like, you know what, this is gonna work, right? This is surely little to no effort, but I'm wishful thinking. I'm trying to do everything I can do. This is gonna work, and nothing. Actually, it has like 600 views, but like I used an ad in order to even get 90% of those.
He's
So
like,
I
but I
mean,
cheated. Listen, I
yeah.
did
So
something. I got them views. They were on Reddit. They were on this advertisement. Don't you worry.
mhm. Yeah.
Uh,
So oh, go ahead.
but I think you learned like editing from that though, right? Like you learned a little bit of editing, so that's helpful.
No, I learned to give up, and I
You
hired an
learned to give
editor.
up.
Yeah, I have an editor now. The little money that I do have and make, I pretty much like even if I make money off of content creation, it's just gonna go right back into it. So I use that little money that I do make and just use it for the editor for as long as I can.
All right, it's time, Spacely. Right? Are you ready? I would like you to sell your stream to me. Why should we go to an Agent Spacely stream?
Uh, 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 well, if you like someone that is maybe like a little bit more hyper in that, I understand if you're like more of a chill type person, but if you like someone that has like high energy, really play some of your cool favorite RPGs and video gameness, you can come on. If you like to make fun of your streamer and you really just want to get that bullying out that you've been pent up since your high school days, and you want to do that on someone, you can do that on Agent X Spacely's channel. All right, and we can have a lot of fun times. And if you want to, to make some nice friends and things like that, and play some cool games together like Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and things like that, you can come on down to the old space train. Choo choo, guys, choo choo. Yep, definitely didn't write
If you want to bully anybody, come to the space train. Choo choo. That's what I took.
that.
You definitely just told people to come bully you.
I mean, it has anyway. Might as well
That,
give them a place.
that is one hell of a way. That is one hell of a way to sell your stream. Listen, if you got anger to take out, I'm gonna take that.
I'm your punching bag, dude.
All right,
I got
Spacey,
you.
would you like to do the unmasking portion, friend?
I would, my friend.
Are you ready for this?
Barely.
All
Yes.
right, I think. Wait, let
Very much.
me. Wait. I did something wrong, by the way, and then I forgot. Never mind, it's right. I was wrong. I didn't do it wrong. There we go. Boom. Whenever you're ready, let me know.
I'm ready. It is me, Agent X Spacely. I am unmasked. I am the type of person that really sees the best in life. I try to look at everything at a good angle. But streaming can be very hard. Like any passion of yours, there's going to be a there are going to be some highs, but there's really going to be some lows. And a lot of times, I thought to myself, "It's do I even stream today? Should I?" The last stream was really rough. I these people that stayed around on my stream, why haven't they come back? And it's been really tough, but I tried my best to just take one more step forward. And sometimes, really in life, you just gotta take that one more step forward, and you can get to a lot of your goals. And that's what I plan on doing. I hope you stick around with me on this journey and with my good friend Zelshot, because it can be hard. And you really don't know what you're going to get out of it. You put all this time, effort, like you stream like 4, 5, 6 hours a day, no payoff. You stream for years, and nothing can happen, and that can really tax on you in your mental. But a lot of things that I like to say at the end of my streams is really I like to give advice for people that are having a bad day. So what I usually say, I'm going to leave you off with this, is what I would say at the end of my streams. If you're having a bad day or hard day or you're truly struggling, don't give up, all right? This is only one bad day out of the many, many good days that I know you'll have. If Kingdom Hearts has taught me anything, in the deepest of darkness, there'll always be a light. So embrace that light, spread that light, because you are the light, my friend. Just know that I believe in you. The space sets please believe in you. Bree believes in you. Lily believes in you. So don't you think it's about time you started believing in yourself? You can do it. But hey, that's gonna be all from me. I'll be blasting off, and I'll see you soon, Space Cadets.
Thank you, Spacely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Space Cadets. 69 out of 10. I'm told 69 out of 10. You get full 69 out of 10 points, Spacely, for that. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yes.
I guess I should remind everybody that if you enjoyed the podcast, if you've made it this far, like, subscribe. It's going on the YouTubes. Zell's talking to him. Nobody heard me. Did you just say repeatedly and I wasn't talking?
Oh, no, I heard you.
You heard me?
Wait, no, I heard you.
Oh, okay. That's so weird. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so it's so weird. Wait, let me try this again. Oh, so it doesn't matter if my microphone is muted, it still picks this up? That is weird. All right, anyway, so going on the YouTube, thank you for coming in, Spacely. I can't believe that happened. So every time I thought I was coughing and it was muted, I was just coughing into the microphone.
No, those times I don't think I did hear those, but I did. I do hear you now.
That's so weird. Anyway,
I'd like to
thank you
say
so
real
much for
quick.
coming on. It was excellent having you.
I want to say thank you so much for having me, Zelsha. I truly appreciate this, and I hope all your streaming endeavors go well. And I'm looking forward to all the future podcasts that you do. I know that it will go somewhere. So hey, on those bad days, make sure you stay strong, friend. And also, if you ever need someone to talk to, or you need to just hash things out, vent or anything like that, I've got your back, and I know you got mine. So I appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you so much, Spacely. So we have to do the thing, right? Got a little bit more to do, so we're just gonna have to get rid of Spacely. Bye, friend. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Oh my god, awesome podcast, everybody. That's my new favorite thing to do, by the way, is to just be like, speaking of the Gamer God, by the way, Spacely was talking about the Gamer God. Let's just show the Gamer God off, right?
The Gamer God in all of his glory has shown up. Thank you for coming, Spacely.
Alright, I'm done fucking around. All